Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. At the time of me filming this, it is Friday night, so that means it's time to look at some pickups. Well guys, I have just arrived home from EB Expo 2017 that was held on the Gold Coast here in Queensland, Australia. And what an amazing event EB Games threw. It was such a good expo. I had a blast. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and a slew of other developers were all in attendance. Me and my friends had a ton of fun running around, checking out all the different booths and getting hands-on with some of the unreleased games that will be coming out shortly. So we had a ton of fun. A standout experience from the expo for me, obviously checking out the PlayStation booth. So no surprises there at all, but inside Sony's booth they had a God of War experience, which was really cool. They kind of walked you into this Nordic style themed room where you sat down and you watched an interview with Sony Santa Monica, the developers behind God of War. We got to see some unreleased mocap footage of the actors, which was pretty cool. And after the presentation was over, they gave us a limited edition God of War poster, which was pretty awesome. So me being the God of War freak that I am, I'm probably going to get this framed, but I'll open this up and give you all a look later on in the episode. I was also spending a lot of time in the Microsoft booth as well because they had the Xbox One X there, so that was the first time that's been on display here in Australia, so we got to get hands-on with that. I was actually quite surprised at how small the console is, considering the amount of horsepower Microsoft has packed into this thing. So it looks like a really good console. And they also had PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds running on that as well. So it was the first time I saw that game on console. And I'm quite interested in playing that because I do spend a lot of time watching streamers play PlayerUnknown Battleground. It's a game that really interests me, and multiplayer games don't normally pique my interest, but looking forward to maybe grabbing a copy of that for my Xbox One when it comes out. Also got to meet a ton of friends from Instagram, so it was awesome to finally catch up with those guys, talk games, hang out. It was amazing. I got heaps of photos with them and stuff. We had a great time, but I could seriously just go on and talk about EB Expo because it was great. I absolutely loved it, and I hope that EB decide to throw that here on the Gold Coast again next year so I can also attend. But anyway, let's look at what I picked up. Okay, so with this expo compared to the 2013 EB Expo that I attended, I was pretty calm with the pickups. I didn't go crazy and I controlled myself. And it was hard to do because the EB Expo Megastore was chock-a-block full of crazy merchandise, and everything was like either half price or under half price. So it was hard to restrain myself, but I managed to do it. So first up, I grabbed an Aku Aku Crash Bandicoot snapback hat, and I need a new hat because this one started to get a bit crusty. Normally this is $32 in a normal EB Games store, however it was $10 at the expo, so I decided to grab it. I kind of like the style of it. It's just my style of kind of cap. It's just black. It's got a bit of red under the brim, red on the snap, and a bit of red on the top, but it's plain, so that's going to serve as a good replacement. And it's PlayStation themed as well, so I couldn't go wrong with that one. Next up, this one is pure PlayStation 2 memories for me. It is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the HD remaster for the PS3. I completely forgot that San Andreas got a remaster for the PS3 and the Xbox 360, but I saw this in the Megastore. It was the 4th copy left. I barged my way through the crowd, ran up there, got my hands on it. Love it. Like I said, pure PS2 memories for me, so this game will be getting a full playthrough very shortly. Now I'll show you all the God of War poster that I received from attending the God of War experience inside the PlayStation booth at EB Expo. So I might put up a big still shot of this because I don't know how well I'm going to be able to hold it up in front of the camera, but this is a great looking poster. So we've got Kratos and Andreas there, and I'll tell you what, my hype levels for this game are astronomical. I cannot wait until it releases. But inside the God of War experience, I was actually there with 2 other friends from Instagram, so it was such a good time being with them and hanging out inside the God of War booth and just being incredibly hyped and talking about a game and what our expectations are about it. But needless to say, I've jumped on the God of War hype train and I cannot wait for its release date. Rightio, so the next 4 items, 3 of which were from an EB store that was outside of the expo, and the last one was from an EB store that was here in my hometown. So I'll start with the Gold Coast stuff first. This game, now I've been on the fence about picking up for a while because the first one in the series that I played, it kind of burnt me a little bit. When I bought the first one, what I was expecting was Halo. So I've probably, just by saying that, I've probably given away what I picked up. I was expecting Halo, and I probably played the game wrong. I played it for the single player and not so much the multiplayer. And I think that's what I've done wrong. So I picked up Destiny 2. I've decided to give it a go. Why not? I've probably put about 4 hours into it so far, but this time around I'm more into the multiplayer side of things, and I can say it is much more enjoyable now. This Destiny 2 has a lot more improvements over the first one, but when it comes to the multiplayer side of things, like the raids and the strikes, I'm playing through them and I'm having a good time. I've got a level 16 Titan. I'm trying to get up to level 20 so I can purchase some legendary gear off the vendors and things like that. But so far, so good. It's, good game. And while I was grabbing Destiny 2, I decided, because I'm a big sucker for custom DualShock 4s, I grabbed the Destiny 2 DS4. So I've already opened this before. I've taken a glamour shot for this on my Instagram page if you guys want to go over there and check it out. But I put it back in the box, so I may as well do a mini unboxing for you all here now. This is a pretty good looking controller. A lot of people didn't like it. They said it kind of looked tacky, but you know what? I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good. So, let's take it out. But there it is. Hopefully the camera can focus on that. It doesn't look like it wants to. Come on. No, it won't. But as I said, pictures of this on my Instagram if you want to check it out. But it's just a nice, clean looking controller. I really like the white. It's got the Destiny 2 logo just across the touchpad. The Destiny logo there with the 2 on the palm grip. And then we also have the Titan, the Hunter, and the Warlock symbols on the side there as well. But that's a pretty clean looking controller. I don't mind it at all, but yeah. Destiny 2, I'm giving it a go. So far, so good. Then in that same store, when we first arrived there to hit the store up and check it out, they had tons of Gran Turismo Sport hanging posters from the roof. Like they had heaps of them. They're all over the place. So I thought, you know, why not? I'm going to ask the guys behind the counter if they're interested in maybe just selling one. I'd love to get my hands on one. So massive shout out to these guys too. Like dead set, their store, the EB store was super clean. They were the nicest blokes I've ever met. They really went out of their way to kind of help us. But one of them was like, yeah, no worries, I'll go at the back and see if I can find one. And what he actually did, he came back with 7 of them. So he's given me 7 of these hanging wall posters. I'll see if I can slide one out. I'll probably do a still shot for you all so you can see. But yeah, a Gran Turismo Sport PS4 Pro promotion poster. So that's really cool. I'm so thankful for those guys. Now, obviously, I don't need all of these posters. I'm just going to keep one for myself, and I'm in the process of sending them out to friends who will really appreciate them, and other fellow collectors that I've become friends with through Instagram and the YouTube, and kind of just, you know, pay that kindness forward. And for the last item, that was from my local EB game store. It is Farpoint with the PlayStation AIM controller. Now, I was originally going to wait for a price drop and then pick this up, but it's been out for a few months now and I don't think it's going to happen for a while. So now I've decided to jump in and invest in it, and I do not regret doing it because there's a bug on it. I'm a massive fan of PSVR. As I've mentioned, try not to sound like a giant fanboy, but I really enjoy VR and the experience it offers. The first game I played on VR, I have mentioned it previously in another episode, it was Valkyrie, and with that I was only using just a DualShock 4 to play it, and the immersion on that felt really good. So I'm thinking, if the immersion with a DualShock 4 kind of felt good, hopefully with an actual AIM controller and kind of a 3D shooter, first person shooter, sorry, The immersion will be a ton better, so I'm looking forward to playing this, and I'm going to fire this up over the weekend and definitely give this a go, because shooting up giant space spiders in virtual reality, that sounds like a pretty fun time to me. Well guys, that's it for today's episode. Not that many pickups, but pretty much from now until the end of the holidays, there are so many good games coming out across all systems. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and I kind of need to keep money and resources so I can pick up some new games to enjoy on my holiday break. One I'm looking forward to, probably going to get flamed big time for saying it, and I'm a little bit disappointed in myself, but you know what? I'm excited for Call of Duty World War II. It's finally returning to the World War era. I like that so much more than the kind of futuristic design they went with. So looking forward to picking that up. And of course, Battlefront 2, that game should be a ripper as well. Let me know in the comments below, what have you guys picked up recently? Thank you all very much for watching. As always, keep that positivity flowing, and I'll see you next time with more PlayStation content.